So I'm trying to cancel my home phone because it really makes me look old, first of all. Like, I was talking to this girl, and she's like, I don't like older guys. I was like, why not? What? She's like, I went out with this one guy. He was, like, still getting newspapers. So I told her I had a home phone. She was like, ew. So I called my home phone company trying to cancel it, and they've talked me out of it twice. Like, they're like, all right, let us hook you up with a counselor for an exit interview. I'm like, what?
Exit interview?
It's not a job. So what I did was I just quit paying the bill. And now they're calling me and they're like, we're going to cut your phone off. I'm like, good.
Finally.
You're the only one who ever calls me on it.
Here's a gold watch. Thanks for being with us for 40 years. You know? Do you remember this old school rap? All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style. Everyone knows that, right?
Yep.
See, here's how I can tell if people are over 30. I once got busy in a where?
Burger King bathroom.
Right? You know how dumb we're going to look and corny like when we're grandparents like 20 years from now? It's like the Burger King probably won't even be here anymore, right? It's like, you know, like I once got busy at a Circuit City bathroom. I once got busy back, you know, behind a Borders bookstore. It's going to be really, you know, back to what you just said. I once did it doggy on a newspaper. It's like, what do you guys not? What the hell are you talking about, Grandpa? I once got freaky in a phone booth. Get the heck out of here.
I took a picture of it with my razor.
Like, what? Your razor?
Hey, it's the Dick and Darren Comedy Podcast. Thanks for listening. We are once again live at Flappers Green Room in Burbank. Beautiful Flappers Comedy Club. Thank you guys for letting us do the show here. We also want to thank our other sponsors, Stitcher Radio and AmericasComedy.com.
Steve Bloom is the man. He took me out to dinner when I was up in Sacramento, man. That guy's awesome. Steve
Also,
Bloom.
the Pretty Good Podcast, Randy and Gina. Thank you very much. Without your assistance, we couldn't do it. Thanks for listening. Do us a huge favor. Subscribe wherever you're at, whether you're on Stitcher Radio or iTunes or our main site, which is dickpodcast.com. Get in there and subscribe. It's just a couple of clicks and it's free.
Give us a thumbs up. There's a little thing that says thumbs up. That helps us a lot. And you can also hit this little button, share, and you tweet and all that good stuff. And tweet it and, you know, Facebook it. I had some technology glitch that happened right now that was kind of funny. You know how you can speak into your phone and it'll like transcribe a text that we don't have to like write the whole thing out. So I went to text you, and what I wrote was it's so funny because my voice. Here's the way I said it. I go, on my way, buddy. Send. Didn't even look at it, and I looked back to see if you'd written. And here's the way I said it. On my way, buddy. I look at it and it said, all like lowercase, like just super, like no happy faces, nothing. It said, on my way, be ready, which is the opposite of on my way, buddy. On my way, be ready. And then so then I did another voice text. It was like, haha, I meant buddy. But then it didn't. The haha didn't come out right. It was ah. I was like, I meant on my way, buddy. It's like, so technology can get you in, you know.
It doesn't recognize voice inflection yet.
Yes. Yeah,
Like with you, you're like, hey, this is my smiley face.
This is my smiley face. Is the way it looks when you read it, black and white.
Yeah, women would really like that if it really told you what you really mean.
It'd be like all italics and like fire would come out. You said you'd be home at 11. It's 10:15.
Speaking of technology and vehicles, I traded my baby, the Dickmobile, the other day. The convertible, the green convertible Firebird. I had for 10 years, I had a 97 Firebird convertible, green, just unbelievable, beautiful car. I had so many good times in there. Put over 130,000 miles of fun on that sumbitch. And the thing overheats and shit, and the check engine light's on, and I'm like, you know, and I'm afraid it's going to blow up at any moment driving it. So this kid calls me and he goes, I live like 30 miles away from you. Will you drive it to me because I don't have a car and I have the money in cash? So I'm like, well, fuck. Okay, fine. So I drive it over there on a Saturday. He's like, oh, I don't know.
Looks like it's been punched by some cholos.
So I get there and he's kind of wavering and I ask him what he does and he sells computers. And I go, oh, would you want to trade it for a computer? So he goes, yeah.
I've got a bunch that don't work and suck.
Yeah, he takes us back to his house. He's got like 5 people living there in this little apartment. He brings up this little shitty Mac computer, and he wants to trade us this little shitty Mac, and we're like, no, and he wants to throw in $150 on top of that, and I'm like, no. And then he brings in this bigger Mac computer, which is just like the one I have, but it hasn't been working good, so I need a new one. And it has all this cool photo, video editing stuff on there. And he turns it on to show us that it works and all this shit. And so we're like, fine. So I traded my car that I've had for over 10 years, my baby, the most favorite car I've ever had in my whole life, which I love.
Yeah.
Traded it for a fucking computer, for a Mac computer.
Dun dun dun, and the plot thickens.
I remember when I was driving around the Green Machine, that old convertible, the check engine light was on for 8 years. In fact, I do a joke about it in my act. I say, my car's got 162,000 miles on it, which I think is pretty impressive, considering the check engine light's been on for 8 years, and that gets alive. And then I go, at 100,000 miles, the check engine light went off. And at first I was like, it fixed itself! Yay!
Yeah.
Good job, car. Way to drive it off. But then I took it in and I found that the check engine light had burnt out. So I had to get a check your engine light.
Check your engine in. Yeah.
But every vehicle I've got's got something wrong with it. What about you?
Been very fortunate right now. Reliable, good old-fashioned Japanese cars. Hondas, man, they're just fantastic. I love them. They're just, thank you. I need a reliable vehicle. Before I used to get off-the-wall cars, I Dodge Swingers and just stuff like that, and and
Swinger?
yeah, it was like the
I've
Dodge.
never heard.
It was the Dodge Darts, like a wild half sister. I'm a diehard fan of AAA. I get the, you got to get the thing where you can be towed 100 miles.
I have AAA too, and the thing is, when they help you, like, I had a flat tire in the van, and I just bought the van, and I didn't even know how to get the spare out of the van. So I had to call the AAA guy. The guy comes.
The guy comes up and he goes, "Hey, man, where are you hiding the spare tire? Come on, Dick. Is it under your T-shirt? Come on, Dick. Come on, bro. You got the come on. You got the spare tire to the T-shirt. Come on, bro.
I knew it was going to be insulting as soon as I said it.
Come on, bro.
As soon as I said spare
Come
tire.
on, lift your shirt. Come on, bro. Why are you hiding the spare tire?
Well, he was Hispanic, but he didn't talk like that. Anyway, he gets the
Come
spare
on, Dick.
tire,
Give me the spare tire. Come on, senor. Come on, Weddle.
and he puts it on.
He puts the spare tire on?
He puts the spare tire on. And, I mean, nothing makes you feel like a little bitch of a man by watching another dude put on your spare tire for you.
Totally. I know.
But I was on my way to a gig, and I had to get there, and I was freaking out because I couldn't even get the thing out of I didn't even know where it was. He's like, "Oh, it's right here," and he twists this like secret thing that I would have never found, and it lowered down from beneath the van.
I got a flat tire, and the same thing. I had to call the AAA guy. I had to come to where my home, and he was and you feel kind of like like the guys, like, because they're kind of macho, these guys. It's something kind of like almost like gay kind of. He was like, "Bring back up the rear, yeah, right there, bro, right there, yeah, perfect.
Back that thing up.
Yeah," and you're just like, ugh, and then like,
Come on, I'm gonna lube it.
yeah, come on, yeah,
You
like,
need a lube job.
yeah, and then I'm trying to like small talk with him. I'm like, "Yeah, so how did you learn how to do all this stuff? Like, did your dad teach you? I mean, how do you know how to do all this stuff?" And he goes like this, not even trying to insult me. He just goes, "You know what? It's like common sense, really." I was like, wow.
Any fool could do this.
Yeah. If you got common sense, you know what? You could do it, man. You're basically just, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess so.
I thought you were telling me a joke.
No. My jokes are funny, Dick.